Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Vinny Honey here, and welcome to Homeschooled Nerd. So sometimes people ask me on live streams and stuff, Vinny Hearted, what's your favorite console? Well, I don't know. Both the Switch and the SNES are both obvious choices, as the Switch is one that I spent a lot of time on recently since it's new. And the SNES is some of my favorite games like Chrono Trigger, Super Metroid. All to say, however, when it comes to the console I spent the most time on overall, outside of PC, 3DS wins hands down. Ever since I bought my first 3DS during a Black Friday special a few years ago, I've sunk hours into all kinds of titles, from Mario to Zelda, Star Fox, to of course my favorite classic eShop titles like Super Mario World, Mega Man X, Super Metroid, etc. and etc. It's just such a handy and versatile console, and as much as I agree that it needs to die in order for the Switch to really succeed, gotta be honest with you, there's a large part of me that's glad it's still going strong with new titles like Technic Pikachu, the Mario and Luigi remakes, frickin' Samus Returns! So yeah, anyway, today I thought it might be fun to count down my top 10 favorite 3DS games of all time. On top of this, next week I'm planning on releasing my list of the top 10 worst 3DS games, so...
be sure to push that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos and streams, and follow me on my social media stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, support my show on Patreon. Thank you, bye.
Oh, also, before I forget to mention it, no remakes or re-releases. DS games obviously don't count, even though it's reverse compatibility. So that means no Superstar Saga plus Bowser's or Minions, no Star Fox 64 3D, no Ocarina of Time 3D. You get the drift. Let's go! So starting out this list, I'm already gonna be ticking some people off, but you know, I don't even care. They probably already clicked off when I did the whole subscribe rant. You retarded guys, I'd rather play video games. Oh wait, that's what I do. So yes, Tomodachi Life, everybody. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Vinny Hearted, Tomodachi Life sucks. No, it doesn't. You suck. I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, I actually like Tomodachi Life a lot. I have a ton of fun creating my friends and favorite fictional characters as little me islanders. We got Pedro, Silly Jafloons in the house. Lord Voldemort is also here for some reason. He's looking pretty chill actually. I gave Smash JT a sweet bee suit. He loves it. Aw yeah. Tomodachi Life isn't really much of a game, as it is more like an app you check throughout the day to see what's happening with your island. Or you do like me and don't open it for 3 months and then your me peeps gripe at you. Sorry guys. But by far my favorite part in Tomodachi Life is the song feature, where you can actually write your own songs for your me's to sing, which combined with a little creativity and a whole nother level of immaturity can make for some hilarious results. Oh yeah, Jen is laying it down.
Every time I stay up and watch the porn, I lie up, and that never happens. The porn is so legit. I'm not getting there for it. You know what I mean? Please find me and do the jump.
Right on, 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 right on. Detective freaking Pikachu. Who would have seen that coming? So a lot of people might not like me saying this, but aside from Gen 1 games like Pokemon Fire Red and spin-off titles, I'm just not a big Pokemon fan. I don't like the later games, I don't like how tedious the first part of the games feel, I don't like the new Pokemon designs as much, and I don't know, I just don't like them. I'm sorry, Pedro. But one of my favorite spin-off Pokemon titles to come out recently is Detective Pikachu. A lot of people might not be that big a fan of this game. I haven't actually looked up any reviews of the game, I just played it. But I actually really enjoyed this game a lot. It's certainly a pretty easy, cutesy Pokemon game with not a ton of replay value, but dang, that first gameplay was full of a lot more twists and turns and surprises than I initially anticipated. And I'm really glad that it got to come to the US. Also, Ash's Pikachu's in it. That's crazy. So yeah, Detective Pikachu. Now let's just hope that Ryan Reynolds doesn't completely screw up his role in the movie, and everything will be good. Alright, move on to number 8. So here's another one I'm probably going to get an earful in the comment section. Icarus Uprising. There's a lot of reasons Icarus Uprising is a great game. The story's well written, the characters are fun, the self-aware aspect was hilarious, and the difficulty is hardcore. But like I said, a lot of people don't like this game at all, and to be honest, I don't really get why. I mean, the controls, I guess, are problematic. I kind of got used to it pretty fast. I mean, the game was released in the 3DS's early days, so it was a time where developers were experimenting with different ways to control games. I mean, Nintendo was still trying to convince everybody that their technology was really great, so they went all out showing, oh, this game is totally different from all other games because it's a 3DS title. Which in the end resulted in a lot of hand cramps, not gonna lie. But I put up with a lot of hand cramps for a good time, and this game is no exception. It's still a fun game to play. I stand by my previous statements. The story's great, the meta jokes are hilarious, I just like this game a lot. So there you go. That's all I had to say. Now moving on.
It's time for me to fly.
At number 7, let's talk about Mario Kart. Specifically, the only Mario Kart game on the 3DS, Mario Kart 7. At number 7. Huh. For a long time, Mario Kart 7 was one of my favorite Mario Kart games of all time. Some of my favorite courses, solid controls, and best of all, everyone has their own screen. I actually have really fond memories of having friends over and having up to 8 players in a single match. It's just a really great feature and makes it a must-have 3DS title for social gatherings. Or if you're like me, in which case you just play online matches. Yay. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS! Cool. I feel like I don't even need to say anything about this game. It's Super Smash Bros. You know, the groundbreaking game which gets more hype than when Africa comes on the radio. Yes!
For copyright reasons, that's all I can play of the song, but let's be honest, that was a glorious 5 seconds.
But yeah, anyone who was in the know about gaming at all when this game came out will remember how stoked the internet was to finally get a handheld Smash game. Even if it meant Snake got removed. And the Ice Climbers. Oh well. Okay, let me just level with you guys for a second. I haven't actually played a lot of this game. I'm not a super big Smash Brothers fan. And I normally prefer Melee or Smash 4 with GameCube controllers. I saw a lot of people put this as the #1 3DS game when I was doing research for this video, but it's my list, so number 6. Luigi's Mansion was a survival horror-based game released for the GameCube, starring everybody's favorite Super Mario brother, Luigi. It also had a sequel released back in 2014 for the 3DS, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. So yeah. I personally thought Dark Moon was a really good sequel to Luigi's Mansion. The game played really well using a combination of button controls and the 3DS's motion control capabilities to make ghost hunting experience, which not only looks gorgeous in 3D, but also felt really immersive. The story is well written while not taking itself super seriously, plus having multiple locations was a nice addition. I definitely think the first game felt more true to the feeling of survival horror, but doing that exact same thing in this case would have probably done more to make the formula feel stale than to actually expand upon it, and having the multiple mansions, shorter missions, helped add a lot of replayability to the game. It's pretty awesome and I recommend it a lot. So there you go. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon at number 5, everybody. So Square Enix. They've made some of the greatest games of all time and also some of the worst games ever. I don't know how that's even possible, to be honest, but that's apparently the case. But when Square manages to pull off a good one, holy dang, are they ever good. Such is the case with Bravely Default Flying Fairy, one of the most solid and unique JRPGs of our time. I don't want to spoil too much, but suffice to say, it's an awesome experience if you enjoy these kind of RPGs. The mechanics are really fun, customizing characters, yeah, 10 out of 10. Anywho, yeah, Bravely Default Flying Fairy is number 4. We can move on to the next video. Hey, guys, I'm gonna get demonetized. Move on to number 3. Move on to number 3! Oh crap, not the Japanese version. What did I just say? We're gonna lose all our YouTube monies, guys. That's it. We're moving on. The 3DS is one persistent platform. Despite the fact that as consoles go, it should be at the end of its lifespan by now, we're still seeing tons of new great games for it. For instance, Samus Returns. If you know anything about me, you'll know that I love me some Metroid. In fact, aside from Mario, I'd say it's probably my favorite game franchise of all time. And if you know anything about Metroid, you know that getting a new Metroid game is pretty much as frequent as getting a good Sonic game. So needless to say, whenever there's a new Metroid game, it's pretty important that their studio making it does a good job. Fortunately for us Metroid fans, the Spanish-based developer Mercury Steam knew exactly what they were doing when they created this game. Taking some of the best elements from games like Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, throwing them all together with a modern flair, which actually worked really well. It's not often that I say it, but Samus Returns not only won me over to its new mechanics and vamped up graphics, but even somehow managed to become one of my favorite Metroid games of all time. So yeah, I don't really have that much else to say that I haven't already said, or don't wish to go into for the sake of maintaining a healthy video length. It's just a really solid Metroid game, and the kind of return I've been wanting Samus to make for quite some time. Get it? Cause the game called Samus Returns. Okay. So while researching the worst 3DS games for the top 10 worst 3DS games video, coming next week, so subscribe! I was shocked to see a lot of people mention The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, especially seeing as how high it already was on my list at the time. The best I can figure is just that at this point, because of the more mature feeling Zelda titles like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and even the latest title Breath of the Wild, people are super critical towards games like this which take a more toony approach to the world of Zelda, despite it being primarily the way the early Zelda games like A Link to the Past and Wind Waker were. Speaking of A Link to the Past, a big selling point for this game, at least for me, was it being a spiritual remake of Link to the Past, which is actually one of my favorite Zelda games of all time. Despite my undying love for 3D games like Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, heck, I even like Skyward Sword, I still have a soft spot in my heart when it comes to 2D Zelda games. I just feel like overall, 2D Zelda games do a better job at making what Zelda is supposed to be all about. They just feel less confined and more conducive for exploration. In 3D Zelda, I always feel this sense of hand-holding, like I can't stray from the beaten path. Sure, exploration does exist in these games, but it feels like you get punished for it a lot. I just like the exploration factor so much more in 2D Zelda. I mean, just judge for yourself which makes you want to explore more. A world where you can see everything within each unique screen, making it easy to figure out where you are and where you want to go. Or a wide open empty field where you can press A a whole bunch of times before the gate closes and you have to wait till morning before you can do anything. Or where you can hop into literally any wall to potentially find secrets, or hearing a sound so you look around with a wanky camera controls and oh, I gotta roll into the tree. Repeat 50 times. You win! Now you can carry more rupees. Whoa frickin' ho. In 3D Zelda games, there's just too much in there. You know, there's too many mechanics. There's no way an item can be used more than a couple times. But in a game like Link Between Worlds, what do you know? The main new mechanic is used all throughout the game as a clever way of finding new puzzles and getting to new areas. So yeah, now that I've justified myself, A Link Between Worlds is number 2. I don't think it'll surprise people a lot to hear that I love me some Super Mario 3D Land.
Have any of you heard of
Super Mario 3D Land.
Yes. Oh. Why does this always happen to me?
Seriously, aside from Superstar Saga, which instantly I intentionally left out for the sake it was a remake, this is the game I spent the most time on with my 3DS. Replaying it multiple times, nearly 100%ing it, so close, just a few more star coins. I'm no stranger to talk about how much I love this game, so no surprise there's not much else left to talk about the game. It's a solid Mario game, one of the first that I ever played, and is one of the few titles which I never get tired of, which for me at least, more than justifies its spot as the best 3DS game of all time. So yeah, that's my list of top 10 3DS games of all time. Like I said, I'll be releasing the top 10 worst 3DS games next Friday, so be sure to subscribe for that, and hit that bell so you can be notified, and so that I can get views, because you know what, I'm not gonna be embarrassed about it. Being a YouTuber, it's hard. So, you know, gotta get them views. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye! Hey guys, check out some of my other videos. And subscribe.